Dear Diamonds and fellow Diamonds in Rough. Looks like one of our warriors today has done goofed up big time, and it's coming from our man Muharib. Now, I'm very curious on how in the hell can you say boycott Genshin and have an L take, people disliking your video badly. I'm very curious on what that take might be. Without further ado, my curiosity and everything out of the way, let's see what he has to say, and I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Because obviously, I know a lot about this shit.
All right, everyone, Muharib is here, and I was watching the podcast of some of the most legendary Giga Chad and underrated Genshin Impact.
Wait, what? That's me! Oh, wait. Okay, you'll notice something. He called me Giga Chad, by the way. He called me Giga Chad. And you'll notice I have a section of my own, so he knows what's up. Y'all know what's up! But they didn't give me no keys. Fucking curl games, bro. And yes, I totally agree with the sentiment. Tao and Solar Pop are very, very underrated. Shouts out to BML for hosting this.
Content creators
and to Tao and Solar Pop, like you guys check them out. Very underrated, but pretty good.
Awareness, unite. And
Tao, if you want to laugh, and Solar Pop, if you want to scratch your brain and go,
advertise spending money in the game, review bombing, and using different tactics to force Hoyoverse to listen to their players.
Okay, see, forcing is not the term I would use. I would go with make enough noise that they'll want to find a middle ground, but you can't force anyone to do anything, and more so a company. The companies are forced when really they are, it's either that or they go really under, which is not gonna happen, right? We understand how boycotting something as big and popular specifically as Genshin is, so it's like our demands when it comes to the community have to respect how popular it is and how involved people are about the Genshin title. So if anything, we know we can't force them to do shit, but we understand that if we make enough noise, then one day can look like we're like an annoying mosquito. Like a mosquito is annoying. It can like bite you, and all you're gonna do is like scratch for what, 2 days, and that shit is gone, right? But the mosquito has to live with you, and if the mosquito every night comes and annoys you, you might want to one day swat that thing and kill it so that it doesn't annoy you anymore. And that's basically what we're doing. That's all it is, man. But in the end, we understand that we are mosquitoes. That's why I gave that analogy. We are just a small voice. We're like 10% of the community, I think, in the cast. We talked about that. So no, you can't force Genshin to do anything. I'm sorry. I think you mean to say hopefully they can find a middle ground with us, but force them is something that's realistically speaking is never going to happen. But it is possible.
They're pretty vocal and serious about the situation, because why not? No one at this point would like to be treated the way Genshin is treating their player base.
Yeah, especially when Star Rail is doing things, man, in Honkai Impact 3rd.
A question came into my mind. Yes, you can say that spending money or advertising Genshin will never encourage the developers to change the way they're working. But at the same time, if we are playing advertising, or in some scenarios spending money or indirectly encouraging our audience to spend money on other Hoyoverse games like Honkai Star Rail or Honkai Impact 3rd, are we really
I was waiting for this take for so freaking long. I think I know what's gonna happen. See, I think you just shot yourself in the foot, but let's keep listening.
Contributing to the cause? Because ultimately, it only means that we are giving money to them not through one game, but through the other. I reached to BMO and asked the question, and his reply was that there are different teams behind all these games. And
everybody knows that now. There's Kai Hao Yu. Did you watch my channel, bro? Like, there's Kai Hao Yu in charge of the Genshin IP, and David Jiang in charge of the Honkai Impact 3rd and Honkai Star Rail IP. So as you can see the difference in how they handle their communities, it's pretty telling that they have different dev teams. And we talked about that. The streets know.
It's already not easy to make players boycott Genshin in the first place. Plus, if we will do that, it will create another step for them to find the root cause of players boycotting Star Rail or Honkai Impact 3rd, etc.
Okay, you gotta understand something. They know how many steps we've taken, how many birds we killed, all that stuff. To put it simply,
they know. They just don't care.
It's as simple as that.
I agree how well HSR is treating the player base, and it would be harsh to even talk badly about the game, to be honest. But if a content creator is shitting on Genshin and playing Honkai Star Rail at the same time, what is he doing? And yes, that includes Tectone as well. It ultimately doesn't matter if there are multiple teams running different games or a single team. Your money from all the games are reaching the same company. There are a lot.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah. See, what we're promoting is dev teams. We're promoting good behavior. That's what we're promoting. That's why I started Honkai Impact 3rd today. Because I ain't got no keys for Kuro games and Wuthering Waves. How dare they not give me no keys? God damn it, I'm gonna keep shouting that shit till they give me one. Anyway, all jokes aside, the reason why I'm choosing AAA Honkai Impact, the reason why I'm choosing AAA Honkai Star Rail and not Genshin Impact is because these two dev teams are good. I get free 5 stars. I get all kinds of gems. They listen to the players and feedback. There's always new stuff thrown. Yeah, I can invest my time. Yeah, they deserve it. And it sends a signal to the whole gaming industry that treating your players right equals good game. Simple as that.
You cannot confuse the facts.
And yes, I understand your point, but see, at this point, Genshin is just too fucking popular. Genshin's power is in its popularity. They understand that, and it is what it is, man. Us making a different IP title popular is actually good. I would argue that us promoting Star Rail and Honkai Impact is better for Genshin. Because what we're saying to them is like, treat us better, you'll have better numbers. Simple as that. And then they have to look at the title they spend the most time and investment on. They're going to look at it and go, okay, maybe we might. We might. Do notice I use the term might, not we will or we're forced. Because
including me who don't like turn-based combat system, and that's why they don't
That's fair.
Star Rail. But there is no denying that a lot of
Play
players
Wuthering
switched
Waves.
from Genshin Impact to Honkai Star Rail. When they
Yeah.
experienced that gameplay, some found it interesting, they stayed. Some found it boring, they left.
Yeah.
Then they saw content creators playing the game, they rejoined. Then they saw more quality of life, more interesting characters, more in-game content. Saw everyone, including those who hate Genshin, down to their core, praising Honkai Star Rail to an extreme that they cannot hear a single word against it. And I'm
because
not
there
joking.
isn't much, really.
We're at the point in time where I cannot create a video saying I love Genshin Impact because you just can't. You don't want the wrath of the community and your viewers, right? You cannot say you like to roam around in the open world to pick mints and berries, right? It would be the end of your YouTube career.
Yeah, no, that's not the problem. You can pick mints, you can open Genshin, it's fine. All we're saying is don't spend the money. They listen to money. If you don't spend money, it helps tremendously. But you can play Genshin, you can pick mints. We don't care. To me, that's asking too much of the community. You got to understand the community. You cannot expect that much. That's not how it goes. Same as religion. Why do people meet in church once a week? Why is it not every day of the week? Even God understands that, hey, yo, they're not going to come every day. They're not showing up every day. Just give them that, was it the Sunday church something? I don't know. I'm not Christian, okay? I just, what I hear from media. But you get my point. Just like you got to know your people and you got to know what to expect of your people. The problem with mint pickers and this and why that's the end of your YouTube career is not you liking to pick mints, etc. The problem is when you were like, oh, whales are bad. And you're like, oh, I should be the only motherfucker that's getting praised because I've never spent a dime on this game. Well, see, now that's a problem. When you talk shit because you like to pick mints, yeah, that's a problem. I don't care if you're picking mints. I don't care if you still play Genshin. You do you. Just please don't spend money on the shit because it represents something. / don't be talking shit on people that disrespect individuals, and that's it. Keep it moving.
But at the same time, you would not want to say anything against HSR. Or that in order to force Genshin developers to make changes, you need to boycott Honkai Star Rail as well. You have to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole because at the end of the day, it is the game of money. It only takes a fraction of what
True.
Genshin is earning in order to create all the content.
It is
that
a game of money.
feeding us.
It can literally get away with
Boycotting
10%.
one game and praising the other will cause them more good than harm. There is a mindset of Genshin content creators I saw.
No,
where
it will do good in the sense for the other IPs are pushed. So now Hoyoverse has a signal that says we treat players good equals money. That's why it's good.
say HSR player base is entirely different than Genshin Impact, which is not entirely true. You cannot hide the fact that the majority of Honkai Star Rail players are indeed ex-Genshin players, who
Yeah.
are either playing both games or don't
I was
even
playing
play
both.
Genshin anymore because of all the Boycott Genshin drama. Then the question arises, Genshin players want an open world and free combat type. Why would they change their preferences in order to switch to Honkai Star Rail? They're completely different games. And there, my friend, comes these content creators. Think of it as your sexual orientation, if that makes sense. If you are a straight man and you start watching a lot of gay porn, at the end of the day, your
You're not straight then. Wait a minute. If you're a straight man, you watch gay porn, you're not straight.
Orientation will change and you will become gay. Don't try this at home.
Hey. That's not a good example. That's not a good example. I heard about this. The hub does experiment with stuff like that. I heard that that's why they'll have certain content, LGBT content, etc. Even though they know you're hetero, etc., they'll have it in the front page just in case you may want to dwell and try it out, give it a shot, right? It is a thing. I heard that it is a thing. Psychological manipulation is possible just by pushing something every day you see it, every day you see it. At one point you get used to it. But will this change your sexual fucking orientation? Dude, I think that...
Please. It is a psychological warfare. When you watch the same content creators who were loving Genshin Impact previously, but now they hate that game but switch to loving Honkai Star Rail, and you consume their content again and again, you subconsciously start loving Honkai Star Rail. Do the experiment with yourself. Take a waifu.
Validation goes a long way. That is true. Validation does go a long way in making you think something is good or better than it is previously, than what your first impression was. It helps a lot. That's why we take friends with us when we go shopping and we pick something. Do you like it? Do you like it? Validation is important to us, right? It is what it is. And yeah, I guess so. But we are promoting good behavior from dev teams. That's what we're doing, bro.
See her pictures over and over again. Engage with her fandom on different platforms. Make her fan arts yourself. After a week or even less,
someone's
you'll fall in love with her. It is called mind manipulation.
Wait, what? No. What? Okay, I can have Eula pictures. I can have Diluc pictures. I think they're badass. Jean, Mona. I like these characters. That doesn't mean I'm gonna fall in love with them if I keep pushing it. At one point, I was looking up if there's new fan arts every day, but I never really fell in love and I'm gonna talk with them and all that. I guess that's a little too far. It's either you're predisposed to that shit or you're not. Like, I think it's just, it's easy. It's easy. It's either you can simp, it's either you have the ability to simp for characters that hard or not. It's as simple as that. And so far, I've only seen that shit in teenagers.
Adrenaline to make you think like this is the ultimate truth.
Which is cute.
Even if it is
That's not a bad thing.
And if you think boycotting Honkai Star Rail just because of Genshin Impact is going to an extreme, I completely agree. A game that is giving justice to their player base, doing everything in their power to keep their players loyal.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Players' expectations.
Yeah.
Should not be the victim of a crime it never committed. But then let's talk about the history. Do you think doom posting and downvoting of Zhongli forced Hoyoverse to buff him? No. Chinese players went mad. Things went to their government. Sentiments of anti-Chinese patriotism were made. It took
really? Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I remember.
A single character who was representing China in front of the world through their game.
Yeah.
The entire community united for the cause of fixing Deya. Nothing happened because things were still not as extreme as they were before.
Now, I heard a take. This is a reach. Well, technically, I have a take for both. You know what? I'll save them for
the bombardment of
them videos.
Google Classroom.
I guess I got to talk about them.
Different apps, including those that had nothing to do with Genshin, to voice their opinions, and they just did the damage control and nothing major. Do you think asking players to just boycott Genshin and switch to a different Hoyoverse game will do anything remotely close to it?
Okay, we're not pushing it, but I understand that if someone sees their favorite content creator playing X game, it will influence them to want to play X game. I understand, hence the term influence. And I talked about it before, and I understand what you're trying to say, but it's still pushing the good narrative, though.
Because at the end of the day, if you are not spending money on Yelan because she is from Genshin Impact, but instead, you are spending money on Kafka or appreciating her, you are actually intensifying
Thanks,
players
Tao.
not to
I actually knew what he was going to say.
Your left hand, but give them money from your right hand. Hoyoverse already has the data of every player who played Genshin Impact and switched to Honkai Star Rail, who was spending money on Genshin before, and now is spending more money in Honkai Star Rail because he has already boycotted Genshin. If I have
that applies to me.
And you are my customer, And you were saying I don't like your team Genshin, so I will not play Genshin on stream. I will not advertise that team.
Yeah, that's me
tell
too.
Players to leave this team behind.
Yeah,
But
that's me.
instead, I will advertise Team Star Rail. They are amazing.
Yeah.
They're good. I love them. I will
Yeah.
make players switch to Honkai Star Rail instead. So what will be
No,
my
I don't
reaction?
want them to really switch to Honkai Star Rail. It's just that, look, it's here. All right, that's it. But yes, I understand, again, influence.
Of course, it would hurt me a little bit, but maybe that's what I want them to do. Maybe I want players to get addicted to different types of play styles, ultimately making more money. I
True.
already know the moment
That's
I
a
will
fair
release
take.
Arlecchino, I will get enough money to fund all of my staff for the next 5
True.
months and make the entire
True.
Malon map plus the Pyro.
True.
arc. But even if no player play Genshin, if they switch to Honkai, I will still be able to complete the game from Star Rail's money without caring much about the players.
Uh-huh.
And trust me, I know the same content creators that want one of my game to die. They love it when my second game makes more money. And let's
Yeah.
be real, even right now, Genshin is still making more money than HSR.
Yeah.
The moment it will change, the moment Honkai Star Rail will exceed Genshin's revenue, same
Yeah.
content creators will hype the game so much.
Yeah.
Same content creators will give a round of applause. Comments of Genshin could never will be all over the internet.
Free
Forgetting that this
advertisement, by the
game
way.
is also a Hoyoverse game.
Yeah.
Forgetting that it will not matter to me as an owner.
No,
Forgetting
but
that you cannot possibly force me to change what I am doing with Genshin if that keeps up.
no, yeah, I agree because Genshin already paid for itself plus more. Like if they fuck up Genshin now, all they're missing out on is the potential what the game can do. That's really what they're giving up on. But again, like it's just again the dev teams. That's really what it's all about,
let's
dude.
be
Like, and we're promoting behavior. That's really what we're promoting in the end of the day. It's not just more
I'm
so the
talking
dev
to
team,
all
to
that
be clear,
scenario
but more so the
means nothing.
behavior of
I
the dev
cannot
team.
convince you to even boycott Genshin when I myself log into the game daily. How can I
Really?
possibly get
Okay, I
ahead
thought
of
you were
myself
really
and
boycotting
start
it.
asking for you to
Never
boycott
mind.
Hoyoverse as a whole? I just can't. But I still believe that if you want to force Hoyoverse to do the changes that you intend, and it's a big
Okay, well, see, now you're part of the problem and you're complaining about the problem. Or see, you just shot yourself in the foot. You're asking this much out of people, but even you yourself cannot. See, it doesn't work like that, dude. It makes you look a little, you know what I mean? I don't think that's good, man.
Fix it.
list of changes, not just limited to the rewards. You cannot possibly just ask players to stick to doom posting or review bombing Genshin because it never worked before.
I mean, look, again, like I said, it is hopium, obviously. But as long as the noise is there, it can become a snowball, right? The snowball effect. Like it slowly, gradually, it becomes an avalanche, right? That's basically what
You
it
need
is.
to go all the way in. Start being crazy and insane. Start review bombing Google Classroom and Amazon again. Boycott HSR, Tears of Themis, Honkai Impact 3rd, swear to never play Zenless Zone Zero, switch to Wuthering Waves.
We're
Make
all
them
gonna
feel like
switch
they're
to
going
Wuthering
through a
Waves
wave.
anyway, and I feel like you can play both. Like it's not a big deal. Like people that still want to play Genshin, it's not a big deal. Just don't spend money, please.
Only then will they do the damage control.
Yeah, don't talk
and
shit.
10 more intertwined fates.
No,
What?
talk shit about
You thought they
Hoyoverse,
would
but don't
change their
talk shit
ways and do
about
something good for Genshin? Nah,
players that
stop
spend money
dreaming.
and stuff.
But
Like
then
don't
again,
harass.
maybe they will learn something
Just be
about
smart,
it
be
afterwards.
respectful.
Just saying, if you want to fix Genshin, you need to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole, not just a single.
Not necessarily,
Wuthering
not
Waves
necessarily.
Is the best competitor, best
Yes.
Genshin killer, best alternative.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like a certain aspect of it, you still stick to that. Do not engage with Hoyoverse. Do not care about characters. Do not pull for CLA 2.0. Do not install Honkai.
No, I'm pulling for that
Impact
bitch.
3rd.
No,
Do not
I
get
am. I'm
hyped for
sorry.
Arlecchino
I'm sorry.
and
I am.
completely leave
Yeah,
the
I'm
company
gonna.
behind.
Yeah, fuck this
And then
bitch.
do review bombing on all of their games. Make Boycott Genshin trending on Twitter. Start mailing their government. Start making protests. Tell them you will.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, you do realize their government is the Chinese government, and the Chinese government don't give a flying fuck about us, right? You do know that.
Commit suicide if they don't fix the game. Cross China borders.
Wait, I think he's
illegally
playing.
just to create your Bilibili account.
Okay, I think
to
he's
post
playing, he's
Genshin
playing.
and
Okay.
Hoyoverse.
Okay, I
Make
see
a
it.
riot. Shout boycott Genshin from the roofs. Start asking your Chinese friends to start making boycott Genshin Douyin videos. Ask your
Yeah,
government.
saying
to put
you're gonna
pressure
off
on
yourself
China that
is
if they don't fix
crazy,
Genshin,
but
we will resort
I
to
can see
the
some
N-word.
people do that.
I mean the military N-word. We will start
Wait,
war
what?
Genshin Douyin videos. Ask your government to put pressure on China that if they don't fix Genshin, we will resort to the N-word. I mean the military N-word. We will start World War III if they don't fix Genshin.
Sure.
Secondly, we'll go back in time and revive Hitler if they don't fix Genshin. Also, it would be better for the people of Palestine as well. But anyways, you get my point, right? Can you leave the entire Hoyoverse behind after the release of Wuthering Waves? And after saying all that, I cannot force you to stop playing Genshin. I'm a useless idiot in all of this war who cannot even ask you to take a very first step, and you think we can take on against multi-billion-dollars company by boycotting one of their game while praising the other?
Okay, so
You let me
shut
know.
up.
And if you agree with my takes, subscribe. If not, tell me where am I wrong, and I will see you in the comments section.
Well, you'll see it in my video, dude. Okay, I see the problem. I think even your jokes, a lot of people can find a lot of problems with. Maybe that's a little too far, but again, I think the take where it's wrong is definitely we are encouraging dev team behavior. Really, that's all we're doing. We're just saying to the whole any upcoming gaming developer, all we're saying is treat us well, you'll be rewarded. Simple as that. And of course, have an actual good fucking game. That's more important. That's more important. But you can't have one without the other, in my opinion. That's all it is, man. I think you just looked in too far, and you, like I said before, you can't expect out of people something that even you yourself cannot do. Understand the limitation of people and just how far they're willing to go for a certain thing. Like people aren't even capable, like you said, in Palestine, they're not even capable of saying and doing stuff that is literally dark. And I don't know if we want to go into that, but it is what it is. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys with him? What you guys, is it my takes are correct? Is his take correct? Let me know in the comments below. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.